Hey everybody, this is Oversized Duelist here. This is a discussion on the new March limited forbidden list for the next format that finally came out. I'm going to go over the cards real quick and do a little discussion if I still have time. See what everybody thinks about this. First, the cards that are newly banned. Starting out with Goyo Guardian. This is kind of a weird choice just because it's been allowed in the format for so long. It was never banned before, so people are kind of like, what? But I'm okay with it. He's a really powerful card at 6 stars and 2800 attack. That's already kind of ridiculous because a lot of 8 stars don't get that high and 7 stars don't. But then you all throw in the fact that he can suck up monsters he eats and give them to you. So it's like, you run your opponent Stardust Dragon. You've got a Stardust Dragon to use now. It's kind of crazy. Not too surprised to see him hit 0. Cold Wave. Really happy to see this card hit 0. This allowed too many rush decks their free turn of doing whatever they wanted because your opponent can't use it, start setting spells or traps, and then if they survive that turn, their turn, they can't do anything either for spells and traps. So I'm not sad to see this go. I'm pretty happy actually. Third card going, I don't have it at the moment. Mass Driver. That was just an OTK FTK enabler. It had to go. I'm sorry it didn't go sooner. That is it for the new banned cards. New cards going to 1. Dandelion. This allowed too many overpowered plays. It allowed a lot of black roses that allowed quick draws and plants to run rampant for a couple of formats. I'm happy to see it go. Not gone, but down to 1. It needed to happen in my opinion. I'm gonna do these next two together because they're kind of going together. Honest and Kalut. Sorry, Blackwing players, you don't get to run 3 Honests. They're really powerful cards. They're really powerful cards. So I'm happy to see them go to 1. Kind of the no-brainer is Skateway of the 6. Everyone saw that coming. I said it in my 6 Sam video. It wasn't a problem before, but the new special summoning just is too much. It makes that card abusable. If you have 2 of this or 1 of this and 2 6am United, you can run an infinite loop with Mizuho and Shinai that give you all the tokens you could possibly want. So you could pump up all your monsters to 8,000 and swing if you really want it to be that mean. And the kind of surprise card going to 1 is Book of Moon. I'm okay with it because it killed too many decks that wanted to pull off some kind of a combo. Not for like super competitive play, but just for like fun. And Book of Moon would just at 2 or 3 would just shut them down, and it made some. Honestly, I believe this card was at least partly responsible for killing off several types of decks. So, as much as I like to use it, I'm happy to see it go to 1, just because it's going to open up the doors for people to be a little more creative. And that is it for cards going to 1. Now for cards coming up to 2 or going down to 2. Start with Card Trooper. Kind of interesting choice. It's got flaws and it's got benefits. Obviously, you can draw cards off of it. It gets you some necessary milling, but you're also going to take a chunk of life points off for that draw, most likely, because he goes down to 400 on your opponent's turn, and your opponent, in the format now, you can pump up some big monsters. So I don't know. It's got ups and downs. I'm kind of 50-50 on this guy. Spirit Reaper going up to 2. I'm confused. It's another one of those weird stall cards that just sits there and takes a beating forever. I don't know why it got pumped up to 2. As far as zombies going, I would have loved to see Mizuki go up, just because he's not broken anymore by most standards, with Burial at 1 and zombies as slow as they are compared to the other decks this format. So that's just, I don't know. I don't like him at 2. I thought 1 was a good number for him, but whatever. Debris Dragon down to 2. I don't know. Most decks that ran Debris Dragon, I thought only ran 2. I never came across a lot of decks that ran 3. It's just another hit to plants and just decks that ran him in Dandelion. The Dandelion hit hurt more than anything else, but for some reason they thought Debris Dragon needed to hit 2. And I don't have this monster, but also hitting 2 is Christia, or Archlord Christia. Not a real surprise there. We're getting a fairy deck, a structure deck fairly soon, I believe. That's going to have Christias in it. So I'm assuming this is just to kind of knock that down a bit, so we don't, so not everyone's running counter fairies with triple Christia. I mean, it is a lockdown card. Stop special summons. It can often be a game winner. It comes back to you when it's destroyed, top of deck, but it still comes back to you. So I can see it hitting 2. That's not too surprising to me. On the spells hitting 2, we have Overload Fusion. This deck used to wreak havoc back in the days when Chimera Tech was new and Cyber Dragons were ridiculous. I don't see it doing a whole lot this format that's going to be scary. I do like the creativity that it offers because people are going to try to run decks that utilize it now. So I'm looking forward to that. And just to see what else it could do. I guess maybe those Jinzo Returner decks might start doing a little bit better now. Also, Royal Tribute hitting 2. I'm surprised it didn't. I'm almost surprised it didn't hit 1, just because in Gravekeepers this card was stupid. If you managed to pull that off turn 1 and you went first, your opponent was almost definitely screwed unless they didn't draw a handful of monsters. It's yeah, you knocks down all the opponents, or all players, discard all monsters in their hands. It's kind of a scary card. Also hitting 2 that I don't have with me is Megamorph. Not sure why. I guess there's some weird builds with it that make it good. I've never seen them or built them, so I'm an iffy on this one. For traps hitting 2, we have Solemn Warning, which is not too surprising. It's a powerful negation card. I'm kind of was surprised it didn't hit 1. I'd heard talk of it, and just as good as it was, there was some part of me that thought it was going to hit 1. I'm happy it didn't because I have 2. And finally, hitting 2 is Icarus Attack, another blow to those Blackwing players. It's still a very playable card at 2. It's still good. I'm not. There were some Blackwing decks that didn't even run 3, I don't think. So it's fine, I think, for now. Now on to cards that are off of the list entirely. We can run 3 of them again. Chaos Sorcerer. This guy has bounced a spot up or down on the list every format for I don't know how long. This guy has been at 0, 1, 2, and 3 at least 2 times a piece. This guy is weird. With the new format, with the Book of Moon hitting 1 and other things like that, I'm surprised they let this guy come back up to 3. I know we're gonna see a lot of Chaos Salvo, and I've even heard rumors of Teledad. I don't know why it hit 3. I don't agree with it. I thought it was good at 2, and this format may make it a 1 card, so who knows. I don't agree with it. Another card hitting 3 is Demise, the King of Armageddon. I know he was used for an OTK deck, which makes me wonder why he's coming up and not staying down, because OTK is definitely something we don't want in this game. I don't know how good or stable or consistent the deck is, because I've never seen one. I've never built one, and I faced only one time, and I won both duels due to them having bad hands. So I can't speak for how good the deck is, but I'm still not liking it coming back up. Also hitting 3 is Snipe Hunter. I don't have that card either. He wasn't used he was used back when he was at 1 back in the days of old Chaos. That was a long time ago. At 2 he wasn't used. I don't see him being used at 3, so he's kind of a whoop. Also coming up to 3 is Duloran, Tiger King of the Ice Barrier. I know there's some kind of wonky OTK deck with him as well, so I don't see why he's going up to 3. But again, if he's a synchro monster, if the deck wasn't overpowered with him at 2, I don't see how it's going to be overpowered with him at 3 unless there's some way they can bring them out all on the same turn. But again, their effects don't stack, as in if you use 1 to blow up a spell or trap or bounce or whatever it is, it's not going to affect the others. So I don't see him going to 3 as being that bad of a thing necessarily. Spells going to 3. Goldsark. As fast as the format's still going to be, I don't see this guy being that big a deal. It wasn't used that much at 2, and it wasn't influencing a lot at 2. I don't see it doing much of either at 3 either, this format. For traps coming up, Ultimate Offering, I don't see this being that big a deal. There's a lot of decks that might use it as a weird tech. I don't see why more than 2 would be necessary. and there's no decks that I've seen making a huge impact with it at all anyway, so I don't know, it's an up in the air for me as well. Now we have Skill Drain coming up to 3, which makes me kind of happy. I've wanted to build the, back when it was at 3 in those Barbaros, the little city, big city, just old school Skill Drain with, chainsaw insects, stuff like that. Those decks always kind of interested me, but back when that was at 3, I didn't have the resources necessary to get it myself, so happy to see that back up to 3, just so those decks have a chance again. I'm probably going to build one myself, and you'll probably see a deck profile of it. That is it as far as I know for the ban list. Overall, I don't think it's a bad list. I do, however, think that some things were overlooked. Infernities didn't get touched. X-Sabers didn't get touched. Frog OTK didn't get touched. I was so hoping to see a Swamp Frog on the list somewhere. That makes me pretty sad. Other than that, the list is pretty good. It's relatively solid. I'm looking forward to seeing what decks are going to be coming out in the new format. I'll be working on some random stuff myself, so be looking for those videos. Also, quick shout out to a couple of my friends who are going to start making more videos. Ballastar 4 is going to be making videos relatively soon. Also, DerDangerBee has just made his own YouTube account. These are both friends I know. They're both really good duelists, in my opinion, better deck builders than me. They've made weird stuff work in ways I would have never thought. So I'll put links in the description to their accounts so you can look at them when they start putting up videos. They're not quite there yet. They're working on editing and stuff like that. But look for them when they start putting stuff out. I guarantee they should have some interesting stuff. So thanks everybody for your continued comments. You guys, the level of comments that blew up on my Karakuri video the day I put it out was pretty surprising. I was really happy to see it. So looking forward to more of the same from you guys. Thanks a lot. Talk to you later.